Yo, it's King of the Ring Boxing, back again with another video. So I'm reading a lot of crazy stuff this morning about like the stock market and things like that. GameStop going up by fucking 150% or whatever, and they're talking about AMC Entertainment. So if any of you guys have any tips on what I should sort of invest in, or if you're ahead of the curve on anything, let me know in the comments below, because I'm trying to make that P as well, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Dan Raphael, I'm going to have to read this off my phone because it's sort of just broke. Well, at the time of recording, it's just broke. Dan Raphael is reporting the news of the unbeaten Joyce and WBO mandatory Usyk to be close to having a fight made for them to scrap for the interim WBO title. So that means that there's one less sort of obstacle in the way for the super fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury to be made. The fight between Usyk and Joyce is interesting because obviously they've already fought before in the World Boxing Super Series. No, that's not the one. It's the World Series of Boxing. The World Boxing Super Series is different. In the World Series of Boxing, they've already fought, which is sort of like a halfway house between the amateurs and professional, like the professional game. And we saw in that sort of Usyk pretty much easily handled Joyce. Do I think that's something to go off in this fight that's upcoming? Yes, because I feel like once you've been defeated by someone, you might have doubts in your mind. I think Joyce might have doubts in his mind, like what can he do in this fight different. But then on the other hand, I believe that Joyce is a much different fighter now. He'll always look very awkward. He'll not look easy on the eye at all. It's probably like, he might have the most ugly style of boxing I've ever seen, but it's effective, so it doesn't matter. As long as you're effective, as long as you're winning, and he's undefeated, just keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't matter if your style's beautiful or if you're letting off sort of pad work combinations. If you're winning, you're winning, so that's what Joyce is doing. And obviously on the flip side, Usyk, whilst I think Usyk's been overly criticised after his move to heavyweight, I do think he is looking slower, and he is looking slower on his feet and slower with his hands as well. I mean, someone like Joyce, the reason I don't think the hand speed will be that much of an issue is because Joyce himself is fucking slow. Like, I've never seen a more. I don't think I've ever seen a slower heavyweight than Joyce, to be honest. I'll be honest. Not one that springs to mind immediately anyway, but yeah, so hand speed wise, I think even though Usyk has slowed down, like, it won't be that much of an issue. In terms of his feet, it could slightly be an issue because Joyce does have good feet, to be fair, and he can move around the ring, as we saw in the Daniel Dubois fight. So that could be an issue, but yeah. What do you guys think of that fight? I think that I would personally have Usyk as the favourite. In terms of the style analysis, I will do one when the fight has been finalised and agreed upon and then announced. But yeah, the main reason why I made the video is because obviously there's one less obstacle in the way of the Fury Joshua fight. And yeah, I know people are calling Usyk greedy because he wanted a sort of a settlement to step aside. And reports of he wanted a percentage of the pay-per-view, and then I read another report of he wanted $10 million to step aside, and now apparently he's settling for a bit of step aside money and making sure that this Joyce fight is for the interim WBO title. So if he wins that, he's either guaranteed a title shot, or if AJ or Fury, whoever wins that fight, vacates the belt, he will then become the belt holder, which then gives him a lot of bargaining chips when it comes to potentially negotiating a fight with AJ or Tyson Fury. People call him greedy, but all I was thinking is, let's say you won a raffle, right, to have sex with Rihanna. Let's say that. So you win a raffle, and you know, you're excited, the day's coming when you're going to meet Rihanna, you're going to do the deed. But then she says, look, there's 2 other people, you know, in front of you, so you're gonna have to wait. I mean, based upon the fact that you won the raffle, you're gonna want some sort of compensation, maybe like a hand job or something like that. I don't fucking know why I came up with that comparison, but that's what I'm trying to say. You're gonna want to be compensated in some way if you've done all the hard work, or if you've, you know, laid the groundwork to get your chance, to get your opportunity. And I believe that's all that Oleksander Usyk was doing. So to label him greedy or anything like that, I think is a bit unfair. So yeah, I just sort of thought, you know, let me come up with that example on the spot, because, you know, it might be relatable, you know what I'm saying? Well, just imagine, oh no, forget it. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, are you happy that now that there's one less obstacle in the way of this Usyk Joshua Fury triangle? What do you make of the Joyce fight with Usyk? Do you think it'll go the same way as the World Series of Boxing fight? Do you think that it'll be different now because they're different fighters and Joyce seems to have improved, and maybe because of Usyk's age he might have deteriorated a bit, and you think that's enough? There's enough of Usyk coming down a level and Joyce going up a level for Joyce to defeat him? Like, do you think that's the case? Let me know in the comments below. As always, subscribe to the channel. Obviously leave a comment and I'll get back to each and every one of you. Leave a like because that helps get my views up. And yeah, hope you're all well. It's King of the Ring Boxing. I'm out.